What up, world? I'm Aslan. He's Corey Clark. We're here at the Midtown offices of Warchant.com. A little bit of a sort of breaking news that came down on Wednesday afternoon, Corey. Deondre Francois took to Instagram to, I don't know if you want to say confirm or reaffirm the fact that he plans to be with Florida State for the 2019 season. It was a pretty nice little Instagram post that we're showing right now as well. A pretty heartfelt message, too. He wants to be the leader that this team wants. He wants to get this program back to the standard that they expect. How surprising of it is it a move to see that he's sort of, I don't want to say doubling down, but that he seems committed to return to Florida State?
Well, yeah, he's committed to returning, and apparently they're very receptive to him returning. I mean, if they would have said, "Nah, man, we're good, we don't need to do that anymore," then he would not have made that Instagram post. So it certainly reads as if my man is going to be here in August, probably going to be playing quarterback. Don't know if he's going to start. Looks like we'll have another QB battle on our hands for the fourth time in 5 years. But yeah, I think that that's not a normal "I'm coming back to school" post. You know, he touched on leadership issues that if you read it, I mean, it was written well, it was fine, but he did acknowledge that maybe in that kind of an Instagram way, that maybe there's some leadership things that he needs to be better at. At least I read it that way. I was reading between the lines, which is what I always do. But yeah, I think that he maybe didn't get the grade that he thought he was going to get from the NFL. Maybe, quite frankly, maybe a couple of transfers that Florida State thought they had a chance with didn't come through, and they asked if he... There's a lot of stuff on the table that we'll probably never really know officially on the record how this all transpired. But yeah, I don't think you make an Instagram post like that to leave in a couple months.
So I guess what is the more difficult thing to reconcile? The fact that this program seems so firmly entrenched with him last year, and then you also hear Willie say, during the signing day sort of ceremony that, we realize he's looking for other options. And the fact that he wants to come back, but it seems like Florida State maybe kind of opened the door for letting him move on, but he's going to remain there. What's the sort of the tougher thing to reconcile?
Yeah, I mean, it might just be as simple as they thought he was going to go to the NFL. He had made it known that he was going to go to the NFL, or he was leaving to go somewhere else, and then it turned out, no, I'm not going to do that. Maybe whatever he had planned fell through. Maybe he didn't get the grade he wanted. Maybe the school he thought maybe he could transfer to said no thanks. There's a lot of stuff on the table. It might just, we don't really know. Willie Taggart obviously likes Deondre Francois enough to start him for 11 of the 12 games, and the only one he didn't start was because he was hurt. So Willie Taggart might be excited about this news. I don't know that all of you are, but again, it doesn't. When you think about Florida State moving forward, if somebody like Jalen Hurts doesn't if Jalen Hurts doesn't transfer here, then you're left with, James Blackman and Jordan Travis, and we don't know we don't even know if he's going to be eligible. So what are you left with? Now you have Deondre Francois and James Blackman. Now the good thing is you've got guys with experience. The bad news is that, you've got guys that haven't won a whole lot in college. So, and they've kind of proven what they are. But again, it's going to be such a different offense. It will be a different offense, I think. With a different coach, and maybe it's a better fit for Deondre if he comes back. He might not even win the job. There's a lot of stuff on the table, man. James Blackman might beat him out. We don't know, but you certainly didn't want to go into next year with one quarterback. So now you have two. It would appear with experience, and it's going to be an interesting 11 months.
Yeah, say what you will about Deondre Francois. A man of his word, reported a few weeks ago to have been exploring his options. He told the Orlando Sentinel that he's going to put in for the NFL, but if he doesn't get the grade he wants, he'll come back to Florida State.
He also called the Orlando Sentinel fake news.
He did, but he said that if he wasn't going to the NFL, he had no plans of leaving Florida State. Sounds like that's still the plan for him. For Corey, I'm Aslan. Stay connected to Warchant.com for the latest on the story with Deondre Francois.